the many checkpoints. That's a pretty good thing. Pretty good. 2 checkpoints. We won't make 15 checkpoints. If it works with 2, it should work with many more. So let's try with 2. Okay. You will push me into something a bit more complex. I wanted to cover later, but you choose. It's your course, it's you who choose. Okay, we die. That's something we already know and we already covered. Now, first we will try to say with word what we want. That's always important to say it with your own word first. What we want is when the player dies. When the player dies, we want to check which checkpoint is at the left of the player. That's what you want to check. Then you want to check the one the most to the right. Do I make myself clear here? Which one of those is the most right? Most to the right. That's what you want. And then, once you have this, you just have to store, remember. That's a synonym for programming using a variable. You want to store, remember which it is. For when you restart, you position your player to this object. Is it clear to you? Okay, so we have already broken the problem down to 3 things to do. Which are the checkpoints at the left of the player? We'll group them, kinda. And which one of those is the most... Okay. First question. You want to pick, and I will say the word pick. That's an important concept in Construct2. You want to pick all the checkpoints that is at the left of your player. To do that, Construct is tailored to pick objects. If you do checkpoints compare x is lower or equal than player dot x, you will pick them. That's something important. The condition, when the condition has an object in it, it will pick, it will under the hood, it will pick only the object that respond to the condition. The image I want to I like to use about picking is this one. I'm fetching a good image on the internet. Oh, I have this one. I will show you mine, exactly mine. This a colander. That's how picking works. That's really how picking works. You have a calendar, and you have conditions, which are the holes. Every object that doesn't that aren't true for this condition will fall off the calendar. Every checkpoint that's on to the left of your player won't stay in the calendar. And then when you will do something with these objects, for instance, set animation frame to 1, and I will add an animation frame so you will be able to see this. Animation frame, add frame, and I will set the frame to something more bluish. And I will cover more about how animation works in week 3, so don't worry about that now. Okay. If I pass, hey, you didn't notice, but the checkpoint was invisible up until now. It was in the wrong layer. Main. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. To be a bit more correct with you, I will show you both at the same place, and I will show you the opposites. Greater animation frame to 0. Okay. I go past the object, it switch its animation. I go past this object, it switch this animation. I go back, the animation goes back. Picking. That's how picking works. Here, if you don't understand what I just said, tell it. Don't hesitate to just, even if you can't phrase the question, tell me if you don't understand what happens. Anything that it's super important to understand picking. So I want you all to understand. I used just animation frames to show you, give you a visual feedback of picking. We'll see animation more in week 3, so don't worry about that. But yeah, every checkpoint, I got that. But if I go back, I lost the found rights. Yeah. Here I went a bit too far with my condition, and I just to show you picking. For our checkpoint system, we won't have this condition that revert things back. Yeah, exactly, Solapa. That's a good way to phrase it. You use condition to separate on which instance you operate your action. That's another way to phrase it. Find all the way you can phrase it, and find your own way to phrase it. That the most important. Picking is not so hard to understand, but there's getting used to it. It took me a little while to really grasp the thing, but now I think I get it correctly, and yeah, that's really just. No, we aren't short on time. We are ahead of time. Actually, I already covered everything I wanted to cover this week. So, G. Brown, if you have a problem, tell it. Don't hesitate. J Brown. In French, G and J the other way around, so I will say G for J sometimes. Okay, J Brown, if you have a problem, ask, don't hesitate. Choosing the checkpoint is where I got lost. Okay. Okay. I will see that. I will go back to explain this part. For now, our definition of checkpoint is if I pass the checkpoint, if I'm to the right of the checkpoint, I have the checkpoint in some ways. So if I die here, I should go back here. If I die here, I should go back here. Another thing is I didn't finish yet my checkpoint system. For now, I just answer the first question, which was which are the checkpoints at the left of the player. So for now, by using this condition, mainly this one, I can tick the checkpoints that are on the left of the player. Here, look, I passed the checkpoint, hop, I passed the checkpoint, it's ticked on. Now I go back, since I deleted the condition that made things go back, it stayed at from 1. Okay, so now I can pick the checkpoint to the left of the player. I will write it down. Pick all in capital checkpoint to the left of the player. That's the first phase of our checkpoint system. Don't worry, I put it here for now, but I will put everything underneath the dying condition, because we want that to happen when the player dies. So for now, first condition is this one. The when player dies, we will add it afterward. Which one of those is the most to the right? That's the second question we want to answer. So we want the one who has the most, the X, the bigger. And that's not really easy. I will tell you, you wanted to know, I will show you how to do it. But that's not easy. That's not easy because comparing instances with each other kind of collides in some ways with the picking system. Since you use conditions to pick objects, and conditions underneath this will keep the picking. So I will be able to do condition only on the object picks. And then if you want to compare two objects, it's a problem. It's a real problem. But I will show you how to do it. To create separate... no, it's not easier to create separate objects. It's really not easier. And I will show you why. After. I will show you why after. Written down, the because is for what? Thanks man, very good. Okay, I let you answer my question. I will continue. What you want here is which one is the most to the right of our group at the left of the player. One way to refer to an object or an instance is its unique ID. It's okay, super.